Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show podcast. Hello if you're new. So today's video is going to be a review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11 Episode 4. So before we get into it, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who has been tuning into my RuPaul Drag Race podcast. My last video is actually my most watched RuPaul's Drag Race related podcast by a long shot. It's also now my most disliked video, but I feel like the dislikes actually helped out my video. So if you're back from the last video and disliked it, feel free to dislike this video again. But yeah, don't be shy to comment. Let's talk about it. Let's get back into what we came here for. So obviously episode 4, last episode, we had our first elimination. Dahlia went, rightfully so, and the lip sync was bland as hell. Probably one of the worst lip syncs I've seen in Drag Race history. So moving on, obviously everybody has come together after the elimination. Nikki's talking about how it's now a wake-up call, and I feel like we always see this every year. There's always people just like, oh, you know, it's just like kicked in that somebody goes home every week. And I'm just like, duh, bitch, it's a motherfucking competition. Like, what the fuck did you think you were here for? But yeah, she is very confident in the confessional. She's saying that she's going to start sending bitches home now. And now, obviously, that could be either that she's going to slay the challenges or she's going to slay the lip syncs. Now, I know she's not talking about... I'd like to think she wasn't talking about being a lip sync assassin, because what was that lip sync last week? That was definitely a double elimination worthy lip sync. If anything, she assassinated the lip sync. But yeah, I low-key have to stand that confidence, because that is some confidence to be talking about sending people home after that abysmal lip sync. So in the beginning of the episode, Rock M is also talking about how because Dahlia's Gwen, it means that anyone can go home now, because she was a look queen and she was such a beautiful queen. And Dahlia was a pretty queen, but she didn't really have that much to offer. Like, I wouldn't see her as the standard of, oh, if Dahlia has gone, then it could be any one of us. I just feel like it was no surprise for me that Dahlia was the first out. So I'm not sure whether it's because they were friends that Rock M said that, or maybe her standards of drag are a bit low. I was just really confused by that whole confessional, to be honest. Was anyone else confused? And then obviously in the beginning, everybody's saying congratulations to Pervy Pie, because of course she won the first challenge. And Aiden has actually been cracking me up this whole episode. How is Aiden actually claiming Pervy Pie's win? She's in the confessional like, yeah, they said I wasn't a leader, but look, she won. Huh? I feel like, I'm just like, this is like, actually, like, I'm not sure if this is Drag Race or Delusional Race, because some of these queens are very delusional. Was anyone else confused? And then obviously there's, you know, always the girls complaining that they want to do better in the competition. So today's complainers were Britta and Jan, and saying that they want to do better, they want to be in the tops. Britta basically said that she felt like she should have been in the top. I feel like she should have been in the top last week, to be honest, too. And Jan, she did a pretty decent job as well, to be honest. And then obviously, as we see every year, all the girls are saying that they need to step their game up and stuff like that. In the mini challenge today, again, it's basically a kind of snatcheroo from the UK Drag Race mini challenges. So in the UK Drag Race mini challenges, they basically just did the same thing, but they just switched up just a tiny bit. So I guess the purpose of this mini challenge was to have a little showcase, have a little insight into what we could expect from certain queens if they were up for lip syncing. First, in a little dance break thing, we see Widow Von Du. We've already seen what she can do. We already know that she's a strong lip syncer. Jackie, she was decent. I think if she was in a lip sync, I think she could potentially hold her own depending on who she was up against. Pervy Pie, we've already seen her. We know she isn't much of a lip syncer. Then we see Rock M. She jumps into the split. She's twerked. She puts on a show. So at that point in the episode, I had thought that Rock M would be a good lip syncer, that she would, if she'd ever end up in the bottom, surely she would win the lip sync. Then it was Britta. You know, she didn't really offer much. I thought maybe she wasn't taking it serious, and I just kind of thought that if she was ever in a lip sync, then she would probably lose it. Then there was Nikki. Nikki did way better than she did in that lip sync. So I'm just kind of thinking, well, where was this energy in the lip sync? I'm thinking, was it her dress? Was her dress too restrictive in the lip sync? Did she have stage fright? What was it? Because she's clearly capable of holding her own and doing a good job in the lip sync. Why do you think her lip sync was so bad last week, considering that she clearly is a decent performer? Do you think it was stage fright, or do you think it was her dress? Then it was Aiden, and Aiden is losing whatever lip sync she's in if she ends up in the bottom. So she just needs to make sure that she's never in the bottom, because she's going home if she ever ends up in the bottom. Moving on to Jan. Jan was pretty average, but I feel like she probably could hold her own in a lip sync from what I've seen in the performance challenges. Crystal was decent. I was surprised by Crystal. I feel like Crystal could definitely hold her own in a lip sync. And then there was Gigi. Now Gigi absolutely surprised me, because I thought that her lip sync was very questionable in the first episode, but she was dipping it and doing it. She was doing cartwheels, she was dropping it low, she was twerking. So I was just like, okay, Gigi, maybe I might have slept on you as a lip syncer. I think Gigi, after seeing that lip sync, I think Gigi is probably the one to beat. And I think she's probably gonna, and if I had to pick someone right this episode who I thought would probably be the winner, I think it's gonna be Gigi, because her looks are on point and she can lip sync. And then Rue gets involved as well at the end, but Rue's a little bit stiff, but it was cute, Rue's inclusion. Gigi won the mini challenge, and I think she definitely deserved to win the mini challenge. She definitely turned it out. She gets a cash prize, and then she gets a donation in her name for a bee conservation charity. And I thought it was very strange that one of the prizes was for a charity donation in your name. I kind of feel like, surely if something's going to be put in your name, you should be able to choose what charity it is. I'm not really sure. I just thought that was quite strange, to be honest. But yeah, let me know what you think. Rue announces that the main challenge is going to be a look/sewing challenge. You've got to create 3 outfits, and at least one of them has to be something that you've made by hand. As we know, notoriously, sewing challenges, there's always 1 or 2 queens that don't bother to learn how to sew. In this episode, the main contenders/rivalry is constructed between Gigi and Nikki. Nikki is talking it up. She's saying that this is her lane. Fighting talk, basically insinuating that she knows that she's probably going to come up on top and win this challenge. I was a bit skeptical, to be honest, because from what I had seen from Nikki at this point, I thought, yes, she's a look queen, but the looks were just above average. They weren't really on Gigi's level. So when she was talking that talk, I kind of writ her off, to be honest. I thought maybe she'd probably redeem herself, but I didn't really think that she was going to be able to compete with Gigi in this challenge at this point. And then Gigi is basically saying how she's nervous about Nikki and how Nikki is her big competition and she has to beat Nikki. And I found it quite interesting that she didn't mention Jada, because Jada is somebody who says that she can sew, she constructs her own outfits. And in my opinion, from what I had seen from Jada at that point, she had better looks than Nikki. So I just felt like it was interesting how Jada had been ruled out in terms of the big competition for this challenge. Did anyone else find that strange? Let me know. They have a few stories this episode. They don't have any sub stories this episode, and I always said that I really didn't see the purpose of these sub stories, but I'm kind of missing the sub stories now, because the stories that they're churning out, it seems like they're clutching at straws here. They tried to make a thing of Jan being a sports player and a drag queen. And I was just like, okay, she's a sports player and a drag queen. Is this meant to be like a play on stereotype? Because I really don't think that this is that big of a deal, in my opinion. I was just like, okay, they're definitely clutching at straws here. And then obviously, as always, they've always got, the weaklings of the episode, the people who are clearly going to be struggling this episode. So the first one was Britta. She says she doesn't know what she's doing. She's got this big yellow ball talking about she wants to be a pineapple. And the girls are like hyping her up like, oh, that looks like a cute outfit. And I'm just thinking, lol, because these girls are fake and shady, because what she had picked up and the concept that she was telling these girls sounded like bottom bait, and they were hyping it up like, okay, another one bites the dust, she's going. Because if they were really her friends, they would have been like, no girl, you need to think of something better. And then Britta, she's saying she doesn't know what she's doing. She's asking Gigi for help. Gigi's giggling nervously. And I can tell when Britta went to ask Gigi for help, Gigi was just like, you better get the fuck you think this is? Like, I have time to be helping you with sewing. You better get that glue gun, girl. Then we finally see Jada. I feel like we should have seen Jada a bit more, considering she's a look queen. And at first, when I saw her outfit, I just was just like, after all this defending I'm doing for you, Jada, why have you got this basic looking outfit? And I writ her out. Obviously, it turned out better than I thought it was going to be. But I was, at first, when I saw her outfit being constructed, I was like, okay, this is looking a bit basic, Jada. And then, of course, RPDR's outfit, people are basically saying that it's too loud, it needs some editing. But they're not really saying it to her. I feel like they're just saying it to themselves. And I feel like the girls this year are definitely like every woman for himself. In the past season, you would have seen someone coming up like, girl, you need to do this, you need to do that, you know, the mother of the group. But everybody's just leaving everybody to their own devices. They're leaving people to send themselves home. Looking at RPDR's outfit, I was like, let's just see what it looks like on. Because from that point, RPDR had been given, you know, presentable outfits. So when I saw the outfit, I thought it did look a little bit loud, but I just thought maybe the execution would look better on the runway. So as the girls are getting ready, some of the girls basically get onto Aiden and basically say, do they think that she should develop her outfit a little bit more because it's looking a bit basic? And Aiden is just writing them off, basically saying that her face is going to carry her outfit. And you know what, yeah, I have to stand Aiden's confidence that she truly feels like her face a basic outfit. And, you know, maybe she could be right, you know, considering the luck that she's been having. What I could point out is that Ru was not in the workroom today for this episode, which I thought was a bit strange. I knew there was something missing, but I don't think it made the episode worse. Like, I noticed that she wasn't there, but I don't think she necessarily has to be there all of the time. But obviously when she does come in, sometimes there's a little bit of drama, when there's a little bit of standoff. There's been loads of iconic moments with some of the contestants getting onto Ru. But what do you guys think? Do you feel like Ru should be coming into the workroom every episode, or do you feel like it's not necessarily necessary? Then we have a little, I guess, another kind of personal story from RPDR saying that, you know, people have told her that Asian queens don't have to try with their makeup because they already look feminine. And she's saying how that pushed her to, you know, elevate her makeup. And again, I'm just kind of thinking, what story is going on here? Because this is definitely not a discrimination storyline. If anything, yeah, it probably is a backhanded compliment, I could say that. But like, I'm struggling to see what the debilitating issue is now. Again, I just feel like they were clutching at straws. They were just like, okay, we need a personal story. Nobody has a traumatic story to share, so we're just going to run with this now. Next, it's the main stage, main challenge. The guest judge this episode is Leslie Jones, and she's looking good, and I feel like I want her to stay. I think she's definitely been the best judge this season, and I feel like the best judge that I've seen in a while. And I feel like there was so much more chemistry this episode with the judges. It was so much more fun. So I feel like they should keep Leslie on. I would love to see Leslie as a judge. Let me know what you guys think. So the first category, or the Walls to the Balls extravaganza, is Lady Ballers. And in terms of the best outfit, I thought that the best outfit was Britta's outfit. I loved the construction. I thought it was quite smart. I really liked the puffy sleeves. I felt like that was a nice touch. I really loved Jan's outfit. It was really creative. When I saw her cutting out the football material, I wouldn't have thought that was what she had come up with. And I feel like, and I've seen it consistently with her outfit innovative, so I feel like she could definitely be a dark horse. She has got all of the skills needed to be a winner of the show. And I have to say, Pervy Pie, her outfit was really creative, definitely giving me Trunchbull realness. And then the worst was Aiden. The worst was Aiden. Again, I just feel like it was just pedestrian. It was a pedestrian housewife, and then she had a basketball, and then she had a basketball glove. It just felt like it was very lazy and not very creative. Then it was Rock M. I feel like it was a good concept, but it wasn't executed well. The hair thing was good, but the bodysuit looked cheap. It wasn't well constructed. You could see at the bottom parts of the fabric flipping out, so it looked very handmade. And then the black boots just cheapened the whole outfit. And then Widow's outfit, I just feel like her runways are just going to be consistently bad. I'm not sure how she's been able to get away with them, but the horse riding getup that she was in basically looked like the same thing that she was wearing last week. And I don't understand why she decided that velvet trousers was the thing to go, because it looked like pajamas. I'm still not really sure what the concept was. I'm still not really sure why she decided to do that. Then it was Basketball Wives Realness, and I feel like the best outfit was Nikki. It was a bit pedestrian, but it was high quality, high fashion pedestrian. And I feel like it really, in terms of Basketball Wives, obviously that is an actual reality TV show. I feel like this is what I would imagine the drag queen version of Basketball Wives to be like. Worst, Aiden again. Initially when she came into the runway, I was just like, what the fuck is she wearing? And again, I don't know how she got away with it. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't look anything like what a basketball wife would wear. It didn't even look like anything a basketball wife's husband's side piece would be wearing. It just looked discombobulated. She looked like Marilyn Manson in drag in a Marilyn Monroe wig. Very pedestrian, very lazy, and very low quality. Then it would have to be Britta's outfit. Said she was meant to be Kim K. Met Gala look. I was just like, Kim K? Met Gala? Met Gala, are you serious, girl? I was like, you cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. I was just like, a DIY Met Gala that you see in those parody videos when people try and remake celebrities' Met Gala looks. It looked like AliExpress Met Gala. And the fact that she tried to say that she looked like money, she looked like counterfeit money. That's what she looked like. Kim K, sweetie, I am so sorry. And then Widow again, pedestrian, cheap. Again, I'm not really sure how she got away with that. Then the balls to the walls, Eleganza. The best outfit, hands down, was Gigi. It looked like a super cute outfit. I would wear it. I think the only gripe that I had with her outfit was her shoes. They were nude plain shoes, so she could get away with them, but I feel like I expected a bit more creativity with her shoes, to be honest. Nikki, it was a creative outfit. It's something that I expected from her, but it was executed well. Then Crystal, I really loved her dress. I would have wished she wore better shoes though. And then Heidi's outfit. Heidi's outfit was very creative. And you know what? Heidi's been really impressing me these past 2 episodes. Initially, I had written her off as a weak character, somebody who was going to go out early. But I feel like I definitely underestimated Heidi as a contender. I still don't think that she'll win, but I reckon she could potentially go very far. So in terms of the worst outfits, Aiden again. The outfit was basic, very basic, bare minimum, lazy. Rock M's outfit, I feel like it was a good concept, but it wasn't executed well. It was just way too loud, and I feel like if you're gonna have an outfit that loud and messy, you need to make sure that it is on point, because if it's not on point, it's just gonna look loud, messy, and bad. And then again, Widow Von Du. I feel like this is probably her best outfit on the runway. But again, it was just very basic, and I'm just not really sure what her mood board actually is. And the shoes, why was she wearing neon yellow shoes? I'm gonna need Video to get it together, because I really want to root for her, but she's not going to be able to get away with these subpar outfits for too long. So in terms of who I thought were the tops, I think there was a clear top 2, and it was between Nikki and Gigi. I feel like Gigi had the best outfit overall, but I feel like Nikki had the strongest outfits across the board. I personally thought it'd be quite close, but if I had to pick a winner, I would have picked Nikki, simply because she had better costumes across the board. In terms of bottoms, I feel like the clear bottoms were Aiden, Widow, Rock M, and Britta. In terms of the bottom, I feel like the bottom should have been considered of who had the worst outfits collectively, and taking into the severity of how bad each outfit was. Clear bottom 2 was Aiden and Rock M. The people who were safe were Jackie, Crystal, Jada, Heidi, Pervy Pie, and Widow. Obviously, the tops and the bottoms were Nikki, Aiden, Rock M, Jada, Britta, and Gigi. So Nikki got good critiques, but Michelle did say that she needed to show more personality. Aiden, one of the judges actually liked her first outfit, which I thought was quite interesting. I just feel like it was very basic, but they all slated her other outfits. And she basically tried to defend herself and say that less is more. I feel like she definitely could have just stayed quiet. First, she's the creative out of the box queen. Now she's the less is more queen. I'm going to need some consistency in your storyline, girl. Then it was Rock M's critique, and it just wasn't great. They actually called it her boob contour, which I kind of overlooked. And Michelle basically said that it looked like a sore. And you know what? It did look like a boil. It looked like a boil with crystals, with spots on it that you tried to conceal with crystals. And after I just saw that and then had a look at the outfit, I was just like, Rock M is definitely going to be in the bottom. Jada had good critiques, and Britta, they really came for her outfit. They came for her baseball outfits, which I thought was quite good. They basically said that her socks was too big, but I feel like that was a minor issue. And they basically said that they didn't get that it was a pineapple. The outfit was still constructed reasonably well, but I feel like where she went wrong with trying to look like a pineapple is that she had a yellow skirt, then she had a green top, but then she had a yellow wig. I feel like she probably should have had a green wig to, like, obviously match the pineapple. Gigi, obviously she got good critiques, and you know, she shouts at her mum, she gets a bit emotional. It was the perfect pageant performance. I stand the pageant performance. And then they pick the winner of the challenge and they pick Gigi. I still feel like Nikki should have won, but I'm not mad at Gigi winning. Did have really strong outfits. It was very close between them, I think. But what do you guys think? Do you feel like Gigi should have won that challenge, or do you feel like Nikki should have won that challenge, or does anyone think that somebody else should have won the challenge? Let me know. The bottom three end up being Aiden, Rock M, and Britta. Aiden is saved, and all of the other girls at the back just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on? Aiden knows that everybody thinks she should have been in the bottom, and she's in the confessional like, well, that's just too bad. And you know what? Yeah. Even though I think Aiden definitely should have been in the bottom, I have to stand the fact that she really just doesn't give a fuck. Like, she really just does not give a flying fuck. So obviously Rock M and Britta are in. Obviously I've said I think Aiden should have been in the bottom. In terms of who I think shouldn't have been in the bottom, I think Britta shouldn't have been in the bottom. Her outfits were not the best, but they weren't as bad as Aiden. I feel like at least Britta tried to create a concept instead of Aiden, who was literally so lazy. I really don't know how she managed to get away with that. It should have been Rock M versus Aiden. So they lip sync to S and M, and I'm rooting for Rock M. And I just thought like this would be an easy win, considering what I had seen from Britta and what I had seen from Rock M. I just thought like, Rock M, this is going to be an easy win. But then she starts trying to rip off her dress. And by the second time she tried to rip the dress is not budging. And I'm just like, oh my God, just forget about the dress. But she is still tugging at her dress. So it's now the fifth time she finally gets the thing off, only just about, and it's like already like a quarter in the song. So you've spent a quarter of the song not lip syncing, barely lip syncing, and trying to rip off this dress. It's time to just do a stand and hand thing, you know, just do what you can with your legs. You know, I don't think it was that deep for her to be ripping off her dress. So when she was doing that, I was just kind of just like, oh, she's gonna send herself home, because what is this? Then she finally releases herself from her dress, and then she just busts into the splits. Like, it was just very strong, and everyone's just like, oh, and I'm just like, I'm not really sure if this split is going to save her, because I'm gonna have to see something else, because we've already seen people be busting into the splits, so it's not new. So she's getting into it, and she's doing all of these power moves. Now if we look at Britta doesn't do the power moves, the tricks, the twist. She is more of a stand and lip sync, give face, give as much body as you can. But Britta was making things work. She took the ripped off piece of Rock M's dress, she's swinging it around. Obviously they're lip syncing to S&M. She's giving performance. She's holding her own. Rock M, again, she was relying on the power moves. And then when I knew it was over for Rock M is when she forgot the words. And I'm just like thinking to myself, where are they finding these girls who are forgetting the lyrics? This is the second time in a row someone's forgetting the lyrics. And I'm just like, well, first off, Ariana Grande Problem is one of Ariana Grande's most repetitive songs. S&M is also one of Rihanna's most repetitive songs. Even if you don't know the words, you can make something up. You know, it's a lip sync. You could try and just move your mouth to whatever you think it's going to be and get away with it. What you can't be doing is trying to mumble or look down and try and hide that you don't know the words. You could at least say what you think it is and still get away with it, because this song is so repetitive. And it was just sad. It was very sad to see Britta actually slaying this. I gotta give it to Britta. She held her own, and it goes to show that you don't need to be doing up the splits and the cartwheels and all this shit to win. Do all of that to S&M as well. I gotta give Britta her props. Britta definitely won that fair and square. By the end of the lip sync, it was clear that Rock M was going home. And Rock M, I was rooting for you. But girl, what was that? What was that, sis? As bad as that lip sync is, maybe she would have had a chance with Aiden Zane. Maybe. That was quite a bad lip sync. I'm just thinking, even now, if Aiden Zane was lip syncing, could she have beaten Aiden Zane now? Because I feel like, especially if the same things occurred, I feel like even Aiden Zane probably would have beaten Rock M. It's just a bad series of events, because I feel like she definitely had potential to go far in the competition. But yeah, I can't rate that lip sync. I really can't. But obviously Rock M, she's wailing, she's crying, the girls are upset. And I feel bad for her. I really feel bad for her, because she was a good lip syncer. You know, one of those days when it's a bad day, like, I know how Rock M is feeling right now. But, you know, I'm wishing her the very best of success. But all in all, it was a good lip sync. It was a good episode. There was a good amount of drama. But yeah, it's sad that she went, but the right decision was made this episode. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you feel like it should have been Rock M going this episode, or do you feel like it should have been Aiden going this episode? Let me know what you think. The quality is definitely picking up. I feel like the show is definitely a lot less boring than it was. I really enjoyed this episode, and I feel like next episode is definitely going to be very entertaining as well. Lots of drama. There's another acting challenge. So on Twitter, people are loving Leslie Jones on the show. People are saying they felt like Anna Wintour judging all of these outfits on the runway. And yeah, when I'm judging these runways, I really do feel like I'm Anna Wintour or something. People are pointing out how everyone was shook when they said that Aiden was safe. People are saying that Rock M's housewife look was a serve, despite what the judges said. I feel like it was a look, but I feel like the outfit could have been made better, and I feel like the padding definitely could have been a bit better. But I feel like the concept was really good. I feel like in terms of who looked the most like basketball housewife, I still think like Nikki did, but I feel like she was definitely close second. People are frustrated that Aiden Zane is safe. People are not happy that Rock M has been sent home and Aiden is still safe. People are saying that Rock M was robbed. People are saying that Rock M didn't deserve to be in the bottom. People are saying that Rock M was gone way too soon. I do think that she deserved to be in the bottom, but I do think she was gone too soon. I do agree with that. People are saying that Britta's outfit looked like coronavirus personified. People are saying that they're not here for Ru taking the piss out of Heidi's name. Yeah, I really don't know why they're really coming for Heidi's name. Just leave the bitch alone. People are saying that they need Leslie Jones on every drag race, and I agree. I think she definitely needs to be brought back as a permanent judge. So yeah, I feel like the tweets are all pretty much the same. People saying that Rock M shouldn't have been sent home and Aiden should have been in the bottom. But yeah, I'd be interested to know what you guys think about the result, what you thought about the looks. And yeah, let me know what you thought about my thoughts, what you thought about this podcast. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you have, don't forget to put that notification bell on so you know when the next review is dropping. Till next time, guys. Bye.